that he didn't want to deal with that kind of shit anymore. Maybe that was the mirror that he needed. I make those comments all the time about us mirroring our behavior with each other. There's the dark aspect of it and the light aspect of it. So maybe that's what he needed to see for himself as well, that he didn't like what he saw. And you were that person for him and made him want to change directions in his show. And everybody has the right.
What is that direction that he's changed?
I guess, taking out people that he decided didn't want to have.
But I mean, I'm more in his show than I've ever been before. I am like the most I've ever been a part of his show is now. It's just we won't talk one-on-one.
Well, but you guys are doing the same thing.
I'm forced to.
You're not forced to do anything.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that like I would talk to him directly. I would do it offline, online, his space, my space. I don't care. He's the one who doesn't want to do that. So if I'm going to say anything, if I'm going to respond, especially when there's lies involved, I this is my only choice. But I still spend less time, make a note to get outside and, be moving along and just sort of setting reasonable expectations for myself, which I don't see as a bad thing. If anything, you can't sit here and tell me that that's not the better position to be in.
But see, you don't even know that in me personally has gone out of my way to suggest that you guys have the conversation. So I have already tried having and doing my little means and ways of networking that I had suggested that you guys have the conversation so that this can stop. Because look at your chat. Look at what the people are saying about me in your chat. Right? This is something that goes round. It goes round and right. It goes round and round and round. Everybody, this is an echo chamber of opinions and perspectives, and you're not going to really know a person until you have a one-on-one conversation with them, right? That's how you know.
I agree.
And actually, here I'll turn on my camera too so that you can see me.
Wow.
So you're not going to really know. It's hard to really get to know a person, but I've put a lot of time and energy and attention in this space with specific areas, and I pick and choose when I want to participate and I don't want to participate anymore because of this type of nonsense. I have a lot of people that have opinions about me, and I've realized they're just opinions. But I want to tell you, Landry, I really think you are sick, but I don't think that I'm not accusing you of being mentally sick. I know myself has had some issues in my life, and I've overcome being very, very sick. And I was actually going to suggest to you, Landry, that you should look into having a very specific blood panel done for yourself to be checked out for autoimmune disease. And I have something called lupus and Sjogren's, and over the time, it's attacked my body and my organs, and it's created brain fog. It's created disharmony amongst my body, and so I had to really research and find information and the spiritual aspect of myself to help it heal myself. This space is not going to get you where you need to be in terms of that. It's going to bring you and keep you in that space of negativity and anxiety and stress. If that's what a person wants to do, that's what a person wants to do.
I feel as though I've been cultivating something, and I hate to use that word, but this isn't the space that I feel like is being created for myself. It's the whole point I've been doing here is for the productivity for people like me and Moose who can just get things done. And that's what I was trying to achieve with others here, and I failed, and I'll move on. This cause, like, we can just look at the dynamic here, right? We can look at me. How are you doing? All right, here. As of right now, this moment, I feel no agitation. I feel no stress. Sometimes I do get there, but I recognize it. Like I said, I have some health issues that I have never had resolved. I believe those things are worth doing. They are very expensive. I've had so many other tests that just every time you get one test, it doesn't work out, and you need another test. So that can be a rabbit hole, among itself. But I just want you to realize that this isn't the kind of conversations I hear over at OTWs. I don't hear these very many places at all. I hear a whole lot of the same shit that you're criticizing here, which is, you're right, but you are correct. There are levels to this to where it can make us feel sick, and that's emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all those things. So I will not say that you are wrong, but I believe that I've carved a good balance here to where I'm doing what's right for me, and I can only do that much until, like I said, this has been financially trending upwards. But I'm not just on Team Dusty where, oh, I'm going to go do whatever he wants me to do. I spend very little time there. I spend most time with myself.
So I made one comment in your chat. I made one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was about, I'm guessing, 2 months ago or so. And it was a day that Paul, I think, was over here. And you were holding your own, right? It was a day when you were holding your own. I think at one point you had even kicked him from the screen or whatever, and he came back and he laughed about it or whatever. But I had put in there in your chat that I was glad to see that you have to hold your own in this space, right? Don't let anybody tell you what to do. You have to be your own person. But unfortunately, this is an echo chamber and the influence is insane. I've been on the same journey that you have of participating with these people and getting kicked out, criticized. But one thing that I've really learned is that people who aren't well in their mind, in their body, in their spirit are the ones that keep this hamster wheel going.
So who is well here in this space?
I don't think that there is any one person that I can point out that is well.
That's
but
scary.
I can see, right. But I can see where people's anxieties and frustrations and hatred within themselves is shared and influenced.
So you don't feel as though you're in a place to where you're presenting that information that would be applicable everywhere here, but refusing to do so in the face of it happening. So if there's an echo chamber, right? Say that I noticed this happening and I had somebody like you in my space, and I was like, well, hey, are we doing this right now with each other? Well, I don't know. Are we? And we sort of had that conversation. Why don't we ever see that? For example, like instead of, okay, why don't we just turn off these other people and go?
That question is hard for me to answer because it's so overgeneralized. All I can do is have the conversation and the experience about what you and I are doing right now. And I think that is also a really big lesson, is that we have to keep it one-on-one. You'd have to be very specific in an example for me to have an opinion about it. But overgeneralizing, I think, is a dangerous place to be, because that's what I've learned in this space, is my overgeneralization gets myself in trouble. So it's better to keep it to you and I and the specifics.
I agree. I mean, that's the way I've always talked about this, right? The one-on-one, the art of the one-on-one. That's if we go to astrology, it's the way that I believe the seventh house operates, and I have, a lot of seventh house, and I think that you're right. I don't know what can be had on these big ginormous panels other than a serious challenge to see if you can manage a way to have a group conversation, and it's not easy, but I do believe that you're reasonable. That's why I would rather talk to you than just listen to all these opinions that you have about me. I don't think that they're all wrong. I think that some of them are wrong, especially when you said something about that private conversation. That's where these things get misconstrued, and it becomes important for me to clarify that I ended my stream. Paul told me, hey, you better be aware. I'm putting you on notice right now. This is a private conversation. If you dare to reveal what I'm going to reveal to you now, I will sue your ass in court. And then he just pulls up his bank account, shows me all that stuff. And then somebody else just comes in. He says, oh, I found the link. Whoops. Never heard of this guy. Penal power. And then he starts restreaming that same conversation privately without my knowledge. So I'm like, okay, so now, well, it's not private, it's public. So I'm like, okay, so he told me that while doing it himself. So is that a projection? So it's already fair game if it's already fucking out there. That I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't even me, my doing, and he was aware that was happening. So I just wanted to point that out as well while you're here.
Well, I had to ask that myself with OTW to clarify that, because I was confused. I thought we were reviewing you sharing the private conversation, and then I learned that Sean had restreamed it and that you were reviewing it. For me, though, if it were me trying to establish some type of trust amongst OTW and perhaps Paul, maybe restreaming it and having a panel reviewing it may not have been the best idea. If we're trying to establish some type of respect and trust or keep this thing going, why not just not review it? Why not start from scratch? And
I would love to start from scratch, dude. These people don't do that. They want to just
But
They
even right
provoke it.
now, right? Even right
Mhm.
now, you started to restream what is happening over in OTW's members only,
What was
right?
he doing? What was he doing? Same thing.
But if I'm not talking about OTW, we're talking about you. So if you want to create, am I incorrect?
Well, I'm just confused because like you or there, you're much a part of it. You don't say, "Why are we doing this, OTW?"
I did ask OTW why we were doing that.
But I mean, it happens every day, right?
And
So
even
we could end
yesterday,
it.
and even yesterday, I was asking the same thing. You know, like this is never going to get anywhere, right? All of these frustrations with one another, the poking and prodding at one another. Those that I do have access to in the private, I've asked if we could go up and on a panel and talk about it, and people choose not to, right? They no, I'm not interested, Yolanda. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna move
Well,
on.
I do. So that's what's different, right? But I can't make anyone else do anything.
Yeah, himself. Um, I don't mind being here to help mediate. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
it
here's
would
the thing.
help.
I've said it many times that I would shut this shit down and like have the one-on-one and get it over with. I've said that I don't even know how many times now. So I'm not here trying to siphon off his views or do any of that shit. I'm just here because there's a large group of people who have been banned, and you know that we can't help but sort of find some. We see things very similar. Like there's people who they just want to see productivity, progress, all these things that I believe I have proven that if we can get there, I'll go there. I really will. I have motivation. I have the interest in doing things differently. I'm chaotic, right? I'm according to you, I'm manic, but I'm not interested in just sort of playing this game of. I think that is the game that he's playing, right? Where he
Well,
wants to
but
just.
don't you think that there were days when you were manic?
I would have to see the definition of that word manic. I'm not sure if I know it.
There were days when this got to you so bad, right? Because I've gone through it myself. I've done manic shit on here too. Everybody in this space, I think, experiences that at one point in time. Is there something you'd like to say to me, Wizard? We were talking.
Hey,
Um,
Pero, you're being a little manic right now.
Thank you. So, what you obviously don't know, also, Wizard, as those accusations were being made about you, about people calling you your illness fake. Hold on,
Yeah,
Wizard.
yeah.
Wizard,
Give her a
give me
second.
a
I
chance
want to
to
keep the. Yeah, thank
respond.
you.
I was in those chats. Are you done? So I can respond?
Please, just yes, please. I want to make
Okay.
this as
Because as this was happening in these last few days over at, and when Snafu has made his accusations at Wizard, my point has always been this: Wizard was sick, Wizard was suffering, and that group united together as a group because they cared about Wizard. Wizard was able to receive that money and buy a technology to help him get better. And by the grace of God, Wizard is still here. And his answers were uh, God did answer his prayers. I'm not done. I am not done, wizard. Knock it off. You're being an angry, spiteful person right now. No, wizard, can you let me finish? You are so used to being in.
Both of y'all, come on. This is like, I don't, we could just get somewhere here, right? Let's just, I don't want to be this guy. Just come on. I don't like to be that guy, but please, just, I want to, it was just going so well. And this could just become the shit show again, but we can go over to the shit show for the shit show.
I don't know if I'm even able to continue this conversation because I am not.
Okay, well,
Why,
yeah, why,
wizard? Why
wizard?
wouldn't I be able to have a conversation about this, wizard? That's not what is happening, wizard. He was.
I'll give you a chance to respond. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was informed that you had an initial issue with me. I'm coming over here so that you can have the conversation with me. OTW is the common link. We're discussing the dynamics of OTW. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not over here to represent OTW. I'm here to represent Yolanda and Landry's criticisms, concerns, or frustrations with Yolanda. That's why I'm here. I'm not responsible for OTW. I'm not responsible for Paul Enslaved. I am responsible for myself. And that is why I'm here. And yes, I was over there having criticisms of what was going on because I was in that stream and I was frustrated with it. I think all of this is ridiculous.
It is, but it's like, that's where we have to be able to understand the difference, right?
Right, and it's communication, right? Which is why
Yeah,
I clicked the link
this
to
is so
come up
simple.
and communicate with you.
And I appreciate it so much because it points something out that it's the most simple thing here, right? I'm not going to, in this situation, right? I'm not gonna fucking do the thing that we saw at the shit show. I'm not gonna just be like and just start screaming. I'm not gonna do that.
Well,
This is
unfortunately,
what I would
with
do.
Wizard, yeah, but unfortunately with Wizard, that is Wizard's approach to things. So
Well, it's a lot of
sometimes
people's approach here.
right, Wizard does it, Snafu does it, Paul does it from time to time, right? And that's where I disengage, but sometimes I get so frustrated because it gets nowhere. There's a lot of people that do that. And then I get accused for doing the same thing. Wizard has a history with all of these people, right? These people have not been able to come together and have a one-on-one and do a conversation. They're so angry, they're so frustrated with each other that they can't even do this anymore.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Is though,
And that's what Wizard's
emotional.
projecting onto me. Wizard's projecting his frustrations over me being able to come over here and have a conversation. And maybe I'm wrong, right? I am more than willing to admit when I'm wrong. Be specific in the question that you want me to be to say that I'm wrong about. And I'm willing to do that. Who? Be specific. Who's they?
OTW about the cancer and the thing with my family, I believe, is what he's talking about.
I, in the chat and in the past, have gone on the panel and very specifically said, I may have even have done it at Gabe's. I can't remember anymore because this is just such a long, drawn on thing. But I really, in my opinion, know from my heart that you were sick. And I think that it's gross that it was a blessing that you received that help at that time. And you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason, Wizard. And it's not for anybody to say as to why. Only the creator can say so. You're here for that reason. But again, it would be up. So you agree? Okay. I've come from Now, see, I'm confused. What do you mean you're not part of the panel verse when you're up? Okay, that's an interesting perspective. Yolanda is an enabler. Why would I be? This is the common thing that we go round and round and round, right? Is that we're responsible for other people's behavior. I'm not responsible for anybody else's behavior on here except for myself. I can have an opinion about other people's behavior, right? That's all it is. It's just an opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right.
I agree. Yes, a lot of us, right? We can all sort of take that position, but it's important, and I want to make it clear here, right, that this is what's lacking here in this space. It's so simple. It's unbelievably simple, but people get so caught up in their emotions. And I'm sure, what do you see, right? You see me saying, Patrick's a bitch with his face on the dragon in the thumbnail, and you review it, and there's that feeling as though when you're in an area and the chat is going one direction, I'll say even here, right? It might feel a little bit uncomfortable to people who have been upsetting others and blocking them, and sort of them seeing something that doesn't seem to be favoring them. But what we have to realize is that that's going to go any direction. It's going to be leaning one way or the other, and it's going to make a sort of, you can say, echo chamber and all that. But at the same time, we could be better about just holding ourselves up to standards, right? To where it's not complicated, it's not complex. I feel like people see each other as competitors when I want to be collaborators, to where I believe that that's where the true value would come from, is the collaboration. But then I get shit for that too. Why do you want to collaborate? Anyone do it on your own? This and that. You cannot win in this online space. People will always come after you. But all I wanted was to leave it might go a certain way. I believe it does need some sort of moderation. I don't know what the best way to do that would look like, because I feel so I can kind of predict how it's going to go, because I believe it is a power move for other people. And for me, I don't see it as that. I see it as a desire to collaborate. I don't want to put anyone backstage for power.
Well, sometimes it's necessary, like you just had to do for Wizard and I, right? Mm-hmm. Is the timeout to recollect ourselves and try to get on track. I just want to address Moose for a moment, because Moose and I were fine with each other up until I had criticisms of you. And then all of a sudden the name calling, right? I was a bitch, I was this, I was that. And I thought, see, that's crazy to me, because all it was conversation in a chat. It wasn't a one-on-one conversation. And Moose has been around long enough to know that he's been part of all of this as well, right? People decide when they want to choose sides and to engage and initiate gossiping and bad mouthing and all of that. All of us have done it. So there's no clarity until you come up and have the conversation. That's what I've learned. If people are interested, if it's important enough to them.
It is to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You're right about the way this affects us emotionally. It's very real, and I felt it. And a lot of the times I feel it because of the way that these people want to make it a game, to where there are people who want to see you uncomfortable. And we can use like Steven as an example sometimes, right? I think we can all unanimously agree on that. To where King Steven, like, he has a side to where he can be tolerable, but then he also wants to trigger people. He goes to the extreme level to get there. I believe that we have smaller, milder versions of that with many others here. To where when I troll somebody, like when I go on to OTW or the paranormal show he was on, and I say, they asked me, how'd you find our show? And I said, OTW, he's my best friend. That's not me trolling because I want to see him just freak out. That's me making a lighthearted joke. It's like a sarcastic, dry humor. If I went in there and I just had my name as like OTW, grooms children or something that other people in the space do that they just don't say anything about. Okay, cool, whatever. That's a different fucking story. That is trolling.
Well, it's hard to, again, you'd have to be very specific in the behavior, right? What being dishonest, disingenuous, antagonizing, all of those things, you'd have to be very specific on the example, right? So you just gave the example of what you said, but maybe up until that time, OTW was just over it. I don't know. I can't speak for OTW. I can't speak for Cynthia. I can't speak for Paul Enslaved. All I can do is speak for myself.
I mean, I still think that there's even a sense of here right now where he's down there, and he thinks somehow if he came up here, I would fuck with him or make it a game like that. When it's I don't believe that is what I would do. I don't I don't know. I want to go over there, but I don't trust him at this point. I don't believe that I should. This is
Well,
the
you
only
guys
reason.
have given every reason not to trust each other, right?
Well, have I right now shown any sort of ill will or bad faith in my moderation skills?
In this moment, in this exact
No,
moment,
in this moment right now.
no, just in this moment though.
Well,
That's what we're talking about.
we're living in the now. So,
Right. So yes, in this moment, you've been able to show that you can moderate and have the conversation. So there are things that you guys are going to have a conversation about. But another thing that I've learned and I've seen in you, Landry, is like even right now, you're not over speaking me, and you're actually listening to what I have to say, and I appreciate that, because the speaking over each other, there's the loss in translation all the time. So I think that that's a key component to any conversation in life. So I appreciate that. And again, like if anybody in the chat, if you're willing to, right, if you're willing to, or if you're happy with the way things are going right now, anybody that has any issues with me, and they're more than willing to come up and address it if they would like to while you mediate. I have no problem with that.
yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. I believe it's when I used to sort of vouch for this, I was trying to hype up this sort of notion. I got a lot of pushback because it was like, oh, who are you to control OTW space? But this is to where if we are, we're here now, and Moose said he's going to come up in 20 minutes. This is what I was wanting to do for, I guess it's 2 weeks now, right? And to me, it feels almost like spitting in my face to where he, just because I don't even know why. Maybe it's because you were willing to have the one-on-one, but I don't even know why he finally conceded and says he's willing to engage civilly. To me, it just feels like frustrating
Well,
because it was what I would have done this
Landry,
entire time.
Landry, look who's in your chat.
Who?
OTW.
I know, I see him, and he's trying to, get me over there, and I'm willing to go, but I'm just like, I feels like it makes me sad because I feel as though I still don't even know. I don't know how to explain this. If he can't see that this is what I've been trying to say this entire time, where he's like, no, not worth it, not worth it. It's like, well, why is it worth it now?
Landry, you just said you're in the now. So do you want to have the conversation with OTW? He's here.
Yeah, I do. But Moose is
Okay.
coming. But, Moose is coming too. Pero, do you have any last
Great.
words?
Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape ape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes, or a gorilla in a cape. It's the good shit, just one hit. You so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation, with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimation. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation, with gross castration, in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna clank another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
Greetings, everyone. Keith here. Hoping everyone's having a good day. Enjoying life, living life, loving life. Be sure to hit those buttons, show your support. And there's a PayPal link below for anyone that wants to share some love. All is appreciated.
This is a personality inventory mockumentary production.
I'm not like,
yeah, that he.
I'm not even dissing OTW in a sense of, I'm just pointing out to OTW that he lets himself do the same thing that Paul does sometimes.
I get it, but can we try to do it in a way that's like not so fucking like bombastic, so we, because it's kind of annoying. It's annoying to me, not kind of annoying.
But the more I look into this abyss, the more I like it. All hail the god of all media.
Let's find out from OTW.
Energy snap.
Sir, OTW, what value have you brought since you've been doing? Oh, great. And this guy right here, fake illnesses. Hey, Wizard fakes illnesses, collecting over $5,000, faking fucking cancer. You think I'm going to respect fucking people who do that, NPC? This guy literally faked cancer, collected $5,000 plus, and then fucking still is not even fucking humble enough to say thank you to Paul or the community or others that helped him as he faked illness to collect over $5,000.
See, now that was so bombastic, and I liked it so much, I let the zebra creature spew lies.
He's a fake. You faked illness, you scumbag. You're a fake ass piece of shit.
Hold on, man. Come on, man.
Despite the fact you're really killing the mood right now.
I don't give a fuck.
We're really in a place right now that we can have a good conversation.
That's okay. So let's have a conversation. Why does Wizard think it's okay to fake illnesses, collect over $5,000 worth of money, faking the cancer? Faking cancer, Cynthia. Let's get real with it. He collected $5,000 plus, faking lung cancer.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media.
Faking lung cancer.
Can we get back to me now?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get back.
Yeah, of course. Let's do that.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media.
Hello, Wizard.
Well, yeah. So I wanted to come up here just because.
Goodbye. You can't say hi. But damn.
I'm sorry. Hi, Wizard.
I said hi,
you Wizard. You scammy piece of shit.
Oh my god.
With fucking chopped liver.
Clout, cash, collectivism. All hail the god of all media. Respect the Gorilla Gang and answer when we address you so we can overtalk you.
Scammy little piece of shit. You guys want to praise a scammer? You guys want to literally praise someone who faked illnesses? That's on you. You guys can praise someone who faked illnesses. He faked in front of us all, bro. He literally faked having lung cancer. He collects $5,000 plus, and look at him.
Yeah.
Did you notice how I let the zebra creature continue to repeat the lie and agree to it?
Okay. What's up, Bill? What you got?
Well, you know you want this, right? That's why you have people like this up on your panel.
What do you mean I want this? I want what?
You do the same thing they do. You interrupt me before I could even speak.
Bro, I said, what's up to you? You can't even say hello?
I have to let the bombastic stuff fly first, because I like this abyss. Pay attention, Ben.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
The life, the way. All hail the god of all media.
How's that interrupting me? I said hello to you, and you said he interrupted on me.
You just interrupted me.
Yeah, I did, because you didn't even say hello. I said, what's up, man?
I have to let the bombastic stuff fly first, because I like this abyss. Pay attention, Ben.
I said hello in the chat. I'll say hello again.
All right, whatever.
Okay, I'll say hello again here. My apologies, my disrespect. I'll own that. So let's get on with it, because if you really don't want to be part of the drama, then you don't have these kind of people up here. You know how they act. You know they're not going to change. And you know you shouldn't have them up here until they do change.
Wait, didn't me and NPC have a very good interview?
Let me speak for myself, Snaps. I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait, how are you going to tell me? You seem to hear my brain. You know how you said I know. You don't know what I know because you don't ask me. Like I'm giving everyone a chance. This is a new day to see what they do. And obviously, yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. Like, this is kind of like a loop right here with that shit. However, you don't know what I think. You're saying my I want this. I don't want that.
It doesn't matter that I don't want drama. Like Jack, I let it happen daily to be fair.
Unless it's some.
And my apologies for that. I didn't realize I wasn't on board. You don't have to think about what I don't have to think about what you're thinking. I don't have to know what you're thinking. Your actions speak louder than words, young man. You sit here on your panel allowing the lies. And then when the guy that wants to speak out against it, the one that the lies are being made about, you continue to let it go on repeatedly. You want this drama. If you didn't, you wouldn't act like it.
Deep subconscious weird shit going on.
Hey, can I just bring up
I stream like once every 2 weeks, even though I went yesterday, bro. I'm not the one that's going on talking shit about everyone like you and some other people. So what the fuck? You're acting all self-righteous?
You faked cancer. So don't be talking shit about them for telling people the truth about you. So pay attention, Ben. Letting others lie about people is how you socialize.
So yeah, think about what you just did. This is how you're going to bring up that son of yours?
On me?
Wow.
What the fuck's going on, man?
I'm talking shit about people. I'm talking shit about people.
All the time, Wizard. All the time, Wizard. All the time, Wizard.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit about.
You can point at me, but I know you talk shit about everyone, Wizard.
A good tip is the minimization and maximization. It helps smooth those lies out.
And hey, what's funny is you seem to miss the interview that NPC and I had, which he shared a lot of his life and where he came from. And actually his own community thought it was a brilliant interview as far as, hey, we got to learn a lot more about NPC we never would have learned if it wasn't for this interview.
And so Snowfire says Wizard has become a panel killer lately, respectfully, because she too loves the drama. She too wants the drama. That's what excites her, respectfully.
Seem to miss that point, right, Wizard? Right? Yeah, look at how he's acting. Again, this guy fucking faked illnesses, bro. I got nothing. He fakes cancer, dude. I have no respect for people faking illnesses, collecting money. Like, that's some dirty shit.
I thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. But like, yeah, let him respond, or he want to come up here. So
after those bombastic lies, the zebra creature pointed out how great I am. I love him.
Go ahead.
And see, Gabriel, it's your panel. You should be letting me speak. But no, you don't want the truth be known, knowing that people have the right to know. You would rather silence the ones speaking the truth in favor of all those that are clamoring to hear the lies. So I talk about people like that because they're talking like that.
He points at me and you want me to shut up. He's fake. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I talk shit about people like that because they're talking shit about me. I never faked cancer. I never grifted $5,000. I never got on a panel.
Oh, okay. Okay, just read the chat.
Hey, hold on real quick, brother. Like, just hold on.
No, thanks.
I'm not going to listen to his lie.
And so you see, when you just let people overtalk the liars, you never have to hear lies.
I'm wondering if you're a quick learner, Gabriel, or if maybe it's not just part of your innate character.
Why did you come up here, bro? It's stupid. Like I was about to tell you, most of the time you come up here, Wizard, you're like, the first thing you say is, "Can I show my video?" Come on, bro. Fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah, fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. Because I don't go up on people's panel always asking them to show my videos. Every time. See, that's the maximization. So I, again, wonder if you're learning quickly or if it's just part of your innate character. Young man.
See, Ben, it's easy to learn how to lie. Just hang with others that lie, because everyone lies in unison. Clout, cash, collectivism.
The light, the way. All hail the god of all media.
Like, come on, man.
OTW, I'm not mad at you anymore. Wizard took the spot. Fuck Wizard. You're good now. OTW's clean.
Wow.
Maybe you say,
well, Snaps,
I love you, OTW.
Right. That's why I went backstage, because I don't want to argue with my buddy, man. It's like, fuck it.
Shit. No, what? No, wait.
And see, part of the problem there, he left because he didn't want to argue with his buddy. So we have to wonder which one was his buddy. Because if he didn't want to argue with Snafu, the argument would be against what Snafu was saying, which is me faking lung cancer. Or he didn't want to argue with me, in that he thought I was faking lung cancer if I was his friend. But see, we all know I'm not his friend. I don't lie in unison with everybody else.
Hold on, guys. Now I'm probably gonna get a shit talking session about me and OTW and Snaps over there, wherever he goes or whatever. Like, fuck it, man.
No, Gabriel. It's not a shit talking session. It's a reality check, brother. See, you do this thing that you do on these streams as a journal for your son, Ben. And I can only hope that Ben isn't quite as deaf and blind as you are.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
The light, the way. All hail the god of all media.
Well, this is
They call me the Oracle.
Well, this is an example of the loop that does happen a lot.
I'm not trying to get on this.
No. Hang on. The loop of like, Wizard can't come up here and have a conversation about this topic today because Snaps wants to bring up something from how many years ago versus I can't go up and on
he still just 2 days ago was defending faking cancer.
Hang on.
It doesn't matter if he did it a year ago, 5 years ago. He faked cancer online, collected money from my audience, your audience, OTW's audience, all's audience. We all helped him thinking he was dead.
See, Ben, I don't have the power or control as the host to mute the zebra creature.
That's $6.24.
Sorry, what?
Your total is $6.24. Is there a problem?
Your assistant manager and I, we have an arrangement.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I've only got $3.
Well, you can put back the magazine.
Lois, I give Officer Stockton a discount. You know, policeman's discount.
I can't do that.
Don't worry about it. That's okay, Greg.
What are you, crazy? We give him a few candy bars. He looks out for us. It's called protection.
We have been robbed 5 times in the last 6 months.
Think of all the places he gets free stuff from. He can't be everywhere at once.
Oh, what? I didn't do anything. You?
License and registration.
What's this all about?
You impeded traffic. When you pulled out, that Volkswagen had to slam on its brakes.
And I looked over my left when I pulled out. There was no car.
License and registration, ma'am.
Don't think I don't know what this is all about, because I made you pay for that iced tea.
You just sit tight. I got to do some paperwork, run a computer check.
My record is clean. There is no way I have 16 unpaid parking tickets. The computer's wrong.
How can we get 16 parking tickets and not even know about it?
Just calm down.
I was in jail.
You keep me stuck here. When I come home, I have so much living to do, I don't have time to look for legal parking.
Everything's going to be fine. I hear they've made traffic school really fun.
I am not taking traffic school.
If you don't take traffic school, you'll get a point in your license.
I'm not getting a point in my license because I'm taking this to court. I did nothing wrong.
Are there cameras all over this place?
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Is there one in the parking lot? Wait, stop, there's our van. Mom's wrong.
You're expecting me to lose.
I think we need to know what we're getting into here. Is it actually worth all the trouble?
I think standing up for myself is worth the trouble. I know I can win this because I know I'm right. I can't believe you have so little faith in me.
Things could look different to different people. Being right isn't enough.
Being right is everything.
There's something you have to see. Now, honey, I'm sorry you had to see that. It's best you found out now before it's too late.
It's wrong.
What?
The tape is wrong.
Dad.
Oh, man! Honey,
that tape is wrong.
I believe you.
No, you don't.
But what do you expect? In the past 20 years, you have never admitted that you were wrong. This time, you are wrong.
The tape is wrong. It has to be.
What are you saying, that someone doctored it?
I know what happened, and I know that I'm right.
That may be. It's time to let it go.
That's not fair.
You know what's not fair, Lois? Having to be right all the time. That's a terrible burden. Wouldn't it be a relief just to let go?
You want me to say that I'm wrong, even when I know I'm right?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
I am right.
Let go, honey. Let go. Can you do that?
How many times have I told you people don't leave the refrigerator open?
You did it.
Maybe I did.
She's been like this all week. It's nice.
You guys are not going to believe what I have. One of their cameras caught Lois from a different angle right before she got her ticket. See? Lois was right all along. Isn't this great? What are you doing?
You will never, ever tell her of this.
You get it out. I appreciate you letting us know what you came to, but I don't want to talk about it, especially if he's not here.
That's fine.
Let Cynthia.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Go ahead, Cynthia.
So this is
Cynthia
just
is about to tear into OTW before you
You're
came
right.
upstairs.
This is just an example of the looping that does happen over here. It's no different than when I go up and have a conversation with OTW and Paul wants to bring up something that I did that had nothing to do with him. So I wanted to clarify that. And so, but I also wanted to address OTW because you seem to think that there's a war, and there's not a war.
I know Wizard didn't lie about having cancer. It's just better content to let the lies ride.
This is a personality inventory mockumentary production.
What about
Greetings, everyone. Keith here. Hoping everyone's having a good day. Enjoying life, living life, loving life. Be sure to hit those buttons to show your support. And there's a PayPal link below for anyone that wants to share some love. All is appreciated.
This is a personality inventory mockumentary production.
Hate on somebody else, so you're trying to listen to what we're trying to share, and he's all bi.
And then I pointed out that it's because they don't have any other place to go to do so because they're banned in all of our chats and from the panel.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
You think
James 4:12? God is the only lawmaker and judge. God is the only lawmaker and judge. He's the only one who can save and destroy. So it is not right. Right.
Exactly. So how are
So
you
God is the lawmaker. God brings the law. We practice receiving the law.
King James Version, Psalm 64. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. So as they search out the iniquities in everybody else, pointing out that they take vaccines and therefore are ungodly, untruthful, and are faithless for one shot that somebody else gave them, that they took in good faith. And you place your accusatory, bitter words against them for that, while self-admittedly being a heroin addict for multiple years, injecting poison into your own veins and giving not one fuck in an ungodly, untruthful, and faithless manner.
I want you for blood sport debating.
How do you judge another person?
I never asked you for that.
God, how do you judge? Damn it, OTW, what did you just say?
Oh, you got a black, huh?
I got the other thing. It's I don't want to say it on the internet, but you had it right the first time.
I get it. Yeah. Hey, by the way,
I was going to respond. Oh, he said that we're blocked from other places and we can't go other places. The audacity you have.
That's what he said.
That only you are the only place that other people can go to is arrogance to me. OTW, it really is. Don't.
It's not arrogance. It's the truth.
No,
it's
we
funny.
Can go to NPCs.
It's funny. I don't see Chuck in my chat. I don't see him in these other chats that actually resonate with Paul. I just see you in Flow States chats, and now you over here because you can permit yourself some shit talk, Paul. And everywhere there's
right. Her arrogance is claiming that everyone here can make up their own truth and make it true.
No,
That's
I'm not saying that.
There's
No, the arrogance
confidence.
is that you can judge other people's truth.
I'm not
That you can
judging.
judge other people.
This is where your
That's the
minuscule
arrogance.
intelligence undoes you.
All hail the great white gorilla, god of all media. Eat shit and die.
Condemn you to a fate. God's going to do that based on your choices, like it will with all of us. I didn't judge you. I'm using discernment.
Okay, thank you.
I'm actually just afraid to admit that I'm the elephant in the room.
There's a difference.
Okay, thank you. OTW.
Most of you can't. Most people like you can't even use the language properly. You're so profane and ignorant in your arrogance. You don't even know what words you're using and what they mean.
As a heroin junkie for several years, my discernment is if you got the vaccination, you are faithless.
The
I know
arrogance.
this, you've got your repertoire and you can't wait to come up
There's
here
the
and use
arrogance.
it. And
You're
then you're going
using
to get
words,
bigger
acting like they
time
have meaning when you don't know what they mean, because Cynthia has her own truth and she can make up what the words mean.
I was trying to have a conversation with
Shut the cow up so that I can deliver the message.
There we go.
I didn't have a mama growing up, so I am very soft and easily triggered. So don't hurt me, and I won't have to excommunicate you from the community.
If that's all he knows to
The
do.
cow is trying to overwrite a message that we all need.
bro, and you just keep
It's
going.
all he knows to do. He's a little boy. So he
Again,
acts
you will
like
get a choice. Serve the
He's a little
truth
boy.
or
He acts
placate the
like a little
collectivism
boy
and the
when he doesn't
socialism.
get his
Choose,
way.
please.
Hopefully he will
Choose,
press and
please.
run off.
I love
Hopefully that's
facilitating
what
this.
little boy will
Choose,
do.
please.
I'm not even listening to you. OTW, you're crazy.
Serve the truth or placate collectivism and
Okay, all right,
socialism.
okay,
See
okay,
where the
cool.
difference gets you. See what each choice gets you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I'm not going to answer. Somebody's already asking you questions.
Oh,
I have to let Daddy Paulie speak. I'm his beta since the Tetic warrior isn't around.
okay, OTW. That's a good way to
You
cut.
suck, OTW.
Reflections and obfuscations.
OTW, you suck.
You're not going to be able to do that when God shows up in your life. You're not going to be able to deflect and obfuscate. Bet on it.
Either will you.
Hey, Paul, can you read that comment?
I don't claim that I am or can.
Get her
I
lump out.
hold myself to a static
Okay,
understanding and pay for
okay,
it. I don't deny it and claim my own truth.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room is my truth is in my faithless junkie heroin addiction.
While you
Hey, did you ever finish what Rob said, MPZ? Did we ever finish?
Yeah, I was trying to get on that. Yeah,
Yeah, he said that he doesn't do background checks or deep dives.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
He doesn't need to because he's chasing numbers and cash. Why would he need to care about the integrity of who's next to him?
My heart goes out to the power of the crucible. I shouldn't die.
That's true. That's true.
To myself, I have my own.
You all run under that. Notice there's not one truth, or your truth and everyone else's truth. There's still one truth because no matter which one of you we look at, you all do the same shit claiming it's individual. You're not. You're inhabited. You're serving something, whether you want to accept it or not. It's evident in the way you live.
How do you?
Again, as somebody that professes scripture and uses scripture himself, says here in King James Version, Leviticus 23 through 25, for a man that lives on the land in a trailer and complains that he can't do anything with the land, so he's going to have to move. Him and 5 other people can't do anything with the land because it's desolate. The land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine, for ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all of the lands of your possession ye shall grant a redemption for the land. If thy brother be waxen poor and hath sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. This speaks of the redemption that we have, the power that goes through us from the Redeemer himself.
and that we are to grant the redemption to the land by being stewards of the land, not fleeing from it.
You know how we live. Like
there
that's,
you go. Arrogance that we can't know. There's your arrogance
no,
again.
that's not the arrogance in asking a question, you
knowledge of
little
the
boy.
universe.
There
This
is
is
not
an-
arrogance in asking a question, you silly little boy.
I'm answering it.
Don't be so
have to get
scared.
to it because I was just wondering if we did.
Calling me arrogant.
No, yeah,
I'm
we
answering
started on
it.
it.
No.
Yeah, we can move on.
Out of it.
I learned all about the universe from my safe space as a heroin junkie.
Attacking me.
You
and there
don't
wasn't
want
your
the
gaslighting.
truth. You want to be your
What
own
I do,
God.
This is what I would do it if I was teaching right now. I'm sorry, guys. I know he's gaslighting, but you're involved in it too. And
How am I gas?
It's just like too much. That's what I had this thing happen today. These two kids are like, he's pushing me. No, she's pushing me. And it's like I know it's this one kid. He's definitely doing it. But the girl is like, she won't. I already heard her like the third time for the fourth time. So it's like both of y'all need to go see the principal and shit. Just chill out for a second. God damn, bro. It's what it is. What it is, man. Just we're trying to finish this video.
Gabriel, Ben will be looking into this abyss as you prepare it for him. I only wish you well. My words may hurt, though they are not meant to. I know this, but it is only because that I know the pains that most will never experience. And I know how to pass this message. Not to live in the passion. You have to have a certain apathy about you in certain points of life. This is pertinent. That passion can drive you to insanity. And the message is truth and its patent objectivity. My message is merely an addition to portray what I see when I look into this abyss. This shit's dark. It takes eyes to see, but sometimes you gotta live without ears. Just like someone's dad's doing something and others holding it against him, displacing real accountability with someone in a type of cronyism, gang mentality, when you have no authority in the accountability. That is the insanity of the abyss. Who are you to hold anyone accountable? A ship with no direction. When it comes to your brothers, isn't it not the Christian society that proclaims that the blood and body of Christ paid all debts already? Remember Ben when he's looking into this abyss you're preparing for him.
If you don't
I am accounted for, my name's been read, written in the ledger where the lamb was led. Denied the body, denied the blood, pay every debt in the flood of love. So tell me now, what's left to owe? When mercy calls, I can't say no. Are we too old? No man anything, just grace erase what the law might bring. If love's the all, then love fulfills all that binds all their wills. Silver spent, the temples fall, but the heart still whispers through it all. Render to God what is divine, and what remains is only mine. So tell me now, what's mine to keep when every truth cuts dark? not the Christ pay everything? The law fulfilled, the veil torn through. Now the law of me is loving you.
Then shut up. All hail the God of all media. Then shut up. All hail the God of all media.
Blood and body of Christ paid all debts already. Remember Ben when he's looking into this abyss you're preparing for him.
If you don't cuck up, then shut up. All hail the God of all media.
What do you want? How do you want? Who's it, Denny? What about your mom?
I'm the God of all media. Of course I'm my own hero. Don't be silly. If you don't cuck up, then shut up. All hail the God of all media.
Any of the things that he was saying about them. However, what I will say is I don't look into anyone that I'm interacting with, so I don't know. And it is, I guess, smart to, if you're getting into a business relationship with someone, to maybe do a little background just to make sure people are on the up and up and things of that. So I'm not saying he is saying things that are correct or incorrect about the people he's mentioning. I don't know. For me, I think that it is more of a in the moment, you know, I sort of explained what I thought the motivations were.
You say it's a little bit too much. You were laying on him, Snaps.
I want you for blood sport debating.
I want to be a blood sport debater, Daddy Trump. I'm begging.
He's thinking, though. But what Paul said is not wrong. You know, I mean, the money is more of a motivation factor than.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, because no. Oh, depends on what you want.
It is. What do you mean no?
Well, no, the fact that he's admitting it is not wrong.
Bro. What do you mean? There you go. You're doing it now.
Yeah, I know.
This is why you're untrustworthy. Depends on what you want.
Yeah, I'm untrustworthy. Okay.
So because you want money like everybody does, we're gonna sacrifice the truth and what's right to get it.
You're not gonna just keep on like talking until like.
How can you not see that? What am I missing here? How do you not see that and understand that?
How does he not see it's a business? It's
you
a
act like this is like life or death at this moment or something. This shit's crazy.
I didn't have a mama growing up, so I am easily triggered.
Man.
I know nothing matters. No one cares.
I didn't say that, but like,
is it wrong?
Well, shut up, bro. God damn, annoying. Okay. The point is, I was gonna say is, it depends on what you want. For sure, it is important to you then. But in this, you didn't let me finish. You're running your mouth. In the grand scheme of things, yes, it is wrong, because doing what is right, love, and doing all that good stuff is better than wealth.
I'm the potentially famous one. Why? I'm the god of all media.
It's more valuable, right? For sure, but that's what I'm saying. I'm being a realist, a pragmatist, in the sense that it matters to what you want, bro.
A good
But in the
name
end,
is
yes, there's
better
only
than,
one thing that. Go ahead.
a good name is better than riches and gold. That's in the Bible, so you're right there. And obviously, you have to plan and prepare your different harvests and shit, which would be money. That you got to do both.
Right.
My father is a published author, but as a heroin junkie, I am the potentially famous one.
Is love quiet, non-confrontational, polite? Is that what love is?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
Can be.
yeah.
It could be
I'm not
tough
sure.
love, like beat your ass so you don't get in trouble.
It
So
could
you don't
be.
hurt yourself.
Isn't love supposed to be honesty, truth?
I think so.
Isn't that what
Yeah,
love
that
really
part.
is?
I think so.
So if my son or my daughter or whatever is fucking up their life, shooting up heroin or whatever, I'm supposed to say, "Oh, it's okay. You'll get
No,
through it. You're fine."
no. I get what you're
This
doing. Of
is a
course,
bad.
you can do. You don't want to be an enabler. Tough love, like kick their ass.
My apologies, did it again. If you notice the streamer on the bottom, kind of profound and outstanding, says it all by itself.
Try to get them to stop, but in the end, they gotta want to stop for themselves.
Yeah, but
it's like blood sport debating, preaching moral outrage for righteousness and projection for truth.
I want you for blood sport debating.
This is kind of a tricky question, though, because it deals with.
I don't know. Why don't you go ahead?
Sorry, the word truth. There's an old saying, right? Truth hurts. So the minute truth, any kind of truth comes out to many of these people, I won't mention any names. They get very triggered. They get very oppositional, very defiant, very unable to accept any sort of, because the triggering is too strong for them. So they're not willing to accept the love.
I'm glad.
Oh no, that's you.
I gotta defend Paul here. I gotta defend Paul here when he says is it wrong or not wrong.
Wait. Joe was saying something. Hold on, bro. Like, damn, niggas. Like, go ahead, Joe.
Thank you. I was saying I'm glad I'm hopped up here today. You made it worth my day to hop up here today, but you making the truth and love connection there.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he said absolutely nothing.
So the word is
There's absolutely nothing.
No, we're not gonna do that. Like, just like throwing what he said in the he's
just because I'm not glazing. So I get heat for not glazing.
He's close signing, and you just throw it under the bus. I'm not gonna let you do that.
No, I'm saying he said something that had nothing to do with anything. I've always pointed out.
It did. Okay, I disagree, but go ahead.
My whole thing.
If you don't white knight for daddy, then you don't really say anything.
If you don't cuck up, then shut up. All hail the god of all media.
It's a tricky question. I see what Paul's saying, because think of this. I know for a fact people like Paul and even yourself in the future, I warned you about this when we had our private conversation. I said, when you start to get more successful, you will have pogos and other entities come into play, and then we get to see where you're at. And when I told him there's good cop, good pogos, bad pogos, I see where Paul's, because imagine if Paul sold out, played the fucking mainstream media game, did the connections, cuts like you, whatever, and did that. And that's what I'm saying. Some of us take a sacrifice.
While he professes to be the god of all media. Of course, we all know that's just facetious. It's a way to pass on his grandeur, capacity of doing and creating and producing.
To not be sellout.
My friend the heroin junkie and I are both successful. We're good pogos. The irony, huh?
I want you for blood sport debating.
And whether I like the guy or not, Rob is admitting he's okay to be in a sellout for money and pogo optics. Like, there's no diss around that. Whereas I could look at others and say, I've seen Paul enslaved, tempted, and he's never done that. He didn't go that route. And you too, and others out there.
And I'll just point out that it wasn't too long ago. There was only one category in that, and that was pogos. And now, because of a necessity to try to separate oneself from other pogos, self-admittedly being a pogo, they now classify as good pogos and bad pogos.
It doesn't mean we can't communicate, doesn't mean we can't defend them, doesn't mean we can't work with them. But when you have this type of loyalty in a business manner, you could see where it's coming from. So yeah, it's sellout optics to me. That's all I'm saying.
All hail the great white gorilla, god of all media. Eat shit and die.
Going back to what Lou Bass was saying is what is love? It is like, according to the Bible in 1 Corinthians 13:4, it says love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonors others, nor is it self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs.
I love you.
You are not truthful, though. You got vaxxed, you ungodly, faithless cretin.
He just loved you. Hold on.
Comment.
Can I
I
respond
wanted to
to that?
comment on what. Yeah, let me comment on what Snafu said earlier. He gave two things. Either you're you love a person. If you really love them, you would do what Paul does, which is be very hard on them. And my thought was there are many other options. You presented two options if they were the only two options. And Cynthia follows up with love presents.
You never
itself in
said that,
many
Joe Cool.
fashions.
I didn't say that. You just put words in my mouth.
I didn't say
There
you
are
said it literally.
preconditions. There are
I say you
preconditions to a lot of
presented
this stuff.
and-
That's why the word is. There are preconditions to this stuff. That's why there's able after all of these words, like lovable, love-able. There are prerequisites to these words, like true love, because there's worldly love and then there's God's love. One is attachment-based and feeling-based. One is obligation-based. Okay.
Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you. Hold up. Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation, with gross castrations, huge citations, by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan. How you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, in-skewed citations by your intimations. I'm the truth in rotation. You're a cheap imitation. Dark set hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been done, bitch.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
And a white knight for my zebra creature. I love him so much. I'm his hero. I want you for blood sport debating. All hail the great white gorilla, god of all media. Eat shit and die.
Conditional love. What is the condition on that?
Well, Jesus came and loved you, correct, Cynthia? I would assume that you believe Jesus, or your understanding of Jesus loved you. But yet he says he came with a sword, his tongue as a sword.
Wow. You didn't
Right?
answer Joe's
What is what are you wowing?
Because it's a because it
Because there's a certain distinction. And when you know the meaning of words, you know the right words to use. Pay attention.
it's a duality.
Right.
I come with a care in my heart and a sword from my tongue.
Right. I couldn't remember the whole
Hello?
You guys don't forget the verse where it said God hated Esau. You guys forget the verse where it said God hated Esau? You remember that verse?
Hey, I gotta help my heroin junkie hero with a little hate-building deflection.
No.
Y'all ready for this?
Shadow Buddha? I've gotten more value doing what I do than all these people here combined. Why are you talking money as if it's not available for people who serve God and the truth? Why do you
Shadow
believe
Buddha
that
says-
corruption is a precondition in order to get value in this world? Why is that? Who taught you that?
Why are you so?
The elephant here is that as a heroin junkie, I am certainly not corrupt.
Shadow Buddha says $4.99 says Paul, in modern day society, people need money to survive. Not many want to live on the land. If that makes us slaves.
Great. You want to borrow some?
Hold on, bro. I'm reading. Sleep.
Yeah, I do. I need to get my clutch
Then
fixed.
you're a slave to an
I already
outcast
gave you
society.
$100.
Thank you.
My nigga.
So as we see, when it comes to Daddy Paul, if you don't cuck up, you better shut up, or he's going to overtalk you, even if you are the panel host. Such great respect.
Appreciate that.
Respect me. I am the god of all media. You don't deserve my respect, though.
I'll interrupt and talk over the host, too. Phew. I'm training for blood sport debates.
And when it comes to that blood sports debates, you're last in line, Gabriel. You're the weakest one. You're the beta of the betas.
That's the point.
Comments.
That's the point. I already
Money.
gave you $100 toward your car. 'Cause I'm
Right.
a good
I
guy.
appreciate it. And I appreciate it. And it is saved up there.
Would stop clout chasing and being corrupt and serve God and the truth. Everybody would have $100 to give you, including you.
The elephant here is that as the god of all media, I am not clout chasing.
How do you know that? That is such bullshit, Paul.
I don't know it. I'm telling you my firsthand experience. Will you deny it in favor of your feelings again?
Everybody else could do it. That's the problem that I have. If
I went to a tent with nobody and nothing. I came out with over 6 figures. I didn't have to be corrupt or sell my soul. Stop the lie.
I disown knowledge while wielding it as authority. It's ignorance dressed as expertise.
Guys, stop the madness.
What are you manic? What are you stuck in right now? Are you
need some man dick, and you're not going to get any living like you do, because no successful man wants a woman like you.
Who left?
Greetings, everybody. Greetings, everybody. Thanks, Dusty. Hey, you guys let me know if you want me to drop a link.
Bro, he's in a manic state right now.
I'm as manic as it's going to get. Hair in my heart, sword from my tongue. Like it or love it, that's what your prophet lived and spoke. Go argue with him.
All right.
The battle of the wills right here.
All right.
You don't want to.
I also gave my blood and body on the cross for your bitter words.
It's not even a comparison.
How come Jack Talbot's not saving this war?
All right.
It was the same thing, Cynthia.
You're poor and broke, and it's because you're desperate and corrupt.
Poor and broke. Why do you say that? I'm not poor and broke. I'm not desperate and corrupt. What is wrong with you?
The elephant here is that as the god of all media, I am not clout chasing.
What's up, man?
Your performance today about slave state and all the rest of them proves it. Your channel proves it.
You can show me how I'm
drama queen seeking numbers and money, and you've gotten almost nothing out of all of it. And you continue your ways, and you say things like "my truth and your truth." No, God doesn't reward those who live by their truth and everyone else's. The devil does that for a while to corrupt you and destroy you. Get a clue.
If you do not bow down to the god of all media, then you are a bad pogo.
He's in a state right now. He's in a manic state. He's triggered.
Also sassy. Am I sassy when I go to court and keep walking out the other side, blessed by God?
And I just got to point out, because I was on Landry's earlier and chewed Yolanda out for that, using that negative term manic state, and then turn around and after implying it applied to me, expressly showed that everybody goes through it. So trying to maximize it on one end and then minimize it on the other end. So it's pertinent to pay attention to the language these fucking heathens that don't know how to communicate speak, and then turn around and ask you to communicate in their way, because they don't like the truth. They'll let those little lies ride, and that's pathetic. That's pathetic. Yeah, that's you, Rant. That's you, huh? As he speaks of peace.
Bro,
while your slaves bend your knee and bow to your earthly master.
If I was still in there too, Lord, I would be like,
here we go with the projections, and I'm homosexual because I'm talking truth that you're too cowardly to get under. Who's sassy?
Wait a minute. Did she call you a homosexual?
That's what you're intimating by laughing and giggling, Gabriel, and saying I'm so sassy today. You're intimating I'm a homosexual.
I'm not, dude. If I wanted to say that, I would just say I think it's a funny comment, bro.
I think.
Yeah, and that's what most people would look at it as. And so the one that was intimating it was the paranoid one himself.
I think it's funny that you're calling me sassy, the one who's courageous enough to stand under God's truth and be hated by the masses and walk through court every.
And again, intimating that Gabriel said it when that wasn't the fact. He was stuck with a comment from the chat. Again, so cry all you want, big boy.
every time unscathed, while you all bend the knee and confess your earthly masters run you.
To keep it on one, I mean, we're
And
hearing
do
now, but you
solipsism and
you've sent a lot of homosexual
moral relativism
things over the past couple months. But you know what I mean? I still don't think you're homosexual. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't think you are. I'm just reading the comment, man. It's a funny comment. And if they said it about me, I think it was funny too.
Sassy doesn't mean homosexual. I just intimated it in false homo relativism.
I intimated sassy in false homo relativism by claiming that's what they were doing.
The mirror here is a twofer because I intimated a chat comment on the panelists. Or is that projection? Seriously. Even I'm confused.
And even more so now as we read this Mark Basket. Didn't you double talk yesterday by saying you don't judge someone from their actions? Then a few minutes later, you say you judge people by their actions. No, I believe what I tried to intimate. You catch that, guys? You see what I did there? The way what I tried to intimate. Didn't you double talk yesterday by saying you don't judge someone by their actions? Then a few minutes later, say you judge people by their actions. What I tried to intimate there was that their actions speak louder than their words. But at the same time, it's a two-edged sword, just like the double intimation here. Those that run their mouths like that often ruin their own lives by tripping up with their own ropes. Have a fun trip. See you next fall.
Biased. Was Cynthia being sassy today?
I'm so biased that I put her in the dumpster right now. So you could
You're
talk.
highlighting comments of people who are ignoring one half of the dynamic to project onto me or to call me out. It's not genuine. It's disingenuous.
All the comments up.
I have a hard enough time with one comment on my own. This guy is feeding them to me.
I know, because you're a collectivist. And you allow everyone a voice. And you laugh.
I only allow voices that praise me and glorify me, and mods to block haters in chat.
And giggle at all of it, and you never take a side or a position because you're lukewarm, and you will be spit out.
Okay.
But don't worry, I can intimate true meaning in your life.
You don't burn hot with the fire of truth, and you mock someone who does. Mock it for a while and see where it goes for you.
Oh, you haven't seen mocking yet, my friend.
Oh, well, then go ahead and show me, Mr. Non-Sassy.
No, you haven't. Personality inventory, mockumentary productions. Pimp. How's that for mocking, you beta cup motherfuckers?
Give me a fucking break. Guys are laughable.
Love, brother, choose love.
Choose love. But my thing is, man, like, you're in a lot of, in probably most ways, you're right. It's just you're a fucking party pooper.
I know.
The Abyss, the greatest show in your mind, and we hope you're enjoying the mockery.
Mr. Non-Sassy says I'm a party pooper because he wants to do knitting class with the girls. I know. It's a rap I get from everybody, right? Mr.
Collectivist
Socialist.
How about that? You're a black pill doomer. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm a black pill doomer, right? As I'm getting with 6 people to create a community where we're all going to be prosperous and grow and learn and work together. You don't have that because I'm the doomer.
Yeah. I don't have a family. I don't have a house. I don't have businesses. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm sitting on my ass in a cheap trailer. That's how you build communities.
Yeah, man, you're winning in life, bro.
What?
What the fuck, man?
Bro, he
What do
does
you
that
have to
on
say?
purpose. He loves that. He loves to get that chaos.
Bro, I'm like, it's like you give him a compliment and he like takes it. He only picks out like he has to flip it into something negative and shit.
That's what I was saying. He can't
It's
receive
exhausting.
love. He can't receive love.
Not interested in your fucking compliments so you can continue to push lies and detritus. Not interested. That's your game. That's your socialized game.
It's
That
my
because you
game?
gave me a compliment. No, you recognize truth and greatness in someone or
If I
anyone else.
recognize it, whatever you
We
want to call it, bro.
recognize that and we call out the rest. That's fine. We don't need your fucking compliments. They don't mean shit to me. The truth is the truth.
I'm a successful heroin junkie. That's what makes me so great.
Truth.
Okay, there's not that serious then, bro. It's like
As if you're the arbiter of who or what someone is.
as is
Being
you
your
are
own God
too.
again. You don't have to recognize truth and greatness for it to be true and great.
Yeah,
Are you really this confused about how things work?
Are they gonna live stream from
A
y'all?
wise man is not moved by praise nor blame.
The mirror is that I brag about being God of all media while being triggered by chat.
It's not praise, bro. I was stating a fact that a lot of times you hit the nail on the head. That's what you know.
Right.
So why
We're
not
here to
deal with
serve
that?
truth. It's not about me.
Why not focus on that? You said earlier, you're right, but you're right, but. So instead of focusing on the but, focus
Who
on
you
the
talking
right.
to?
Go to where we're supposed to go. Find the truth. Dig into instead of worshiping your feelings and how it makes you feel. Focus on what's right.
I'm the god of all media, and I don't need you to tell me how great I am.
Okay,
It's got nothing to do with Paul. Paul's
who are you
another
talking
fucking
to, bro?
person
Say
on
a name, man.
I'm a Gabriel.
I don't even know
You
your
said-
name, bro.
I'm Louis. Gabriel,
Okay, go ahead.
you said earlier
Nice
that
to meet
you're
you.
right. You said you're right, but. So instead
Yeah,
of
I did.
focusing,
I'll say
and then you
however
went-
next time, okay?
And then you went to go describe. I'm not criticizing. I'm not telling you you're bad or wrong. You're
Yeah, go ahead,
wonderful.
dog.
You're my.
No, please. Now you're doing that when he accused me. You need to stop with that. Go ahead, man.
Okay, look. So you said you're right, but, and then you went on to
Okay, yeah,
describe all the but things rather than
Mhm.
focus on what's right. So let's get to what's right because we're here for. I suppose we're here for the truth, but although it seems to me that most people are here for the drama and for the.
This is the darkness of the abyss, and I like the chaos to last for 12 hours. If you don't fuck up, then shut up. All hail the god of all media.
You know, it just seems that way. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's
I'm just
good. That's a
dumb
good
wad.
observation.
I don't know shit.
That's fair.
Don't take my.
No, don't do that to yourself. The self-deprecation shit. You don't need to do that.
We don't allow self-deprecation, just defamation of others. Did you notice the nuance?
I like this information stuff. Then do you notice the nuance? Information and indoctrination?
We got it. Just like I didn't need to say but. You
You're
didn't.
here
You
for the
didn't need that
three
part.
C's: clout, cash, and collectivism, because they all run together. Because they all serve their masters, and they all run the
And why-
same game
and-
on them, so they reflect the same game.
And why are you?
You don't
here,
know what
man?
troop. And again, we all have a similar story. Like, there's something I could probably
There
be
it
doing right
is.
now that would be better for me and others, and instead, I'm here. I'm insane. Right.
Me too.
I am insane because I continue to try to speak the truth to people who don't want it. You're right.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
Clout, cash, collectivism.
Clout,
cash, collectivism.
I should leave probably, right, Gabriel? So you can get back to cash, collectivism, and clout chasing? I'm so sassy today.
What do you call it? Infotainment? We want lessons on that, what you're doing right now. That's a good thing.
Well, this is infotainment. The majority of these panels, to me, it seems they're there just for, like everybody says, we're here for a good conversation, but a conversation that starts nowhere and ends nowhere. There's no true growth, right? So yeah, it was fun. It was interesting, but at the end, nothing changes.
It's nice to be infotained with all kinds of intimations and projections of insane egos.
What's fun and interesting about
little
collectivist chatter that's meaningless and purposeless and in denial?
Is collective chatter the same as
What's
beta?
fun or
Or is
interesting
the
in that?
beta Is the beta chatter in a step below or above? Or does it matter? They all suck.
It's a distraction from what could be available to come through the conduit, whether it be self as one being or other selves replicating the one self idea. One truth, one life, one way.
It's just wasting time, right? Where we could be getting to something that's real. The part that you said was right. What's right? What do you see as right about what's been said, what Paul said, or whoever? What do you see as right about it? Go there.
I mean, to be honest, the only thing I can get from it is to be right and exact with your words and have them match up with your actions. Maybe that's that.
Imagine that. If your actions matched up with your words. Imagine if your words bearing false witness to actions that never happened got a man caught up. Imagine if those accusations of accountability were made for somebody merely related to somebody else that committed crimes.
That's what I'm. That's what the
honor and integrity.
Getting. Yeah.
Clout.
But I guess in a sense that might even make sense. You know, when it comes to cronyism or nepotism, you know, favoritism.
Cash collectivism.
The light, the way. All hail the god of all media.
What if they just have words but never show their actions, but say they're doing it?
Be specific.
Okay.
Yes. When people say I'm living on the land, but they don't show us their garden or how.
So that means I'm not living on the land because I didn't show you?
Did I say you? I gave it an example.
You're playing a game right now.
You're
Be
talking about him,
specific.
though.
I'm
Be
the only
real,
one
though.
who says that here. Why are you playing? You're fucking lying right now in everyone's face. You know you're talking about me and you're acting like you're not. You're disingenuous. You are a grotesque creature.
What about people such as Paul, who says that they are living on the land and have yet to ever show them taking care of their RV, what they do when the toilets get clogged, how they started the garden, why did they choose to pick this particular side of the garden?
Why don't you come down here and I'll give you a tour of the toilet where you belong?
I'm not projecting my great virtuosity or their faithlessness. I know from experience.
So again,
you're saying, like, what do we do with
I'll
people
give you
like
a tour of the septic tank where pieces of trash like you belong.
No, I'm saying when people say, well, I'm the one living on the land and I can judge you because I'm living the life, but they never actually show you, prove it. How are we supposed to interpret that?
You can interpret it any way you want. You can either believe him or not. Simple as that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
I'll believe him until he's proven otherwise.
Why do I have to show that I'm doing something we all could benefit from? What is that?
Why wouldn't you want to show others how to do it if you're benefiting?
I've been clear about it. I've been living in the desert the last year and a half. We have 4.
Greetings, brother, and welcome to the shit show.
I'm an hour late, but I remember this from your other video, and I guess I'm going to say greetings first of all before I get into it. So yeah, thanks for dropping the link.
You bet, and this. You may be an hour late, but this is something that goes on constantly. So all you got to do is peek in once in a while, brother. It's called the abyss. Just make sure you don't stare too long.
That's why I don't like when you showed this stuff when I was watching your videos and you placed this up there. It kind of caught me by surprise, but in some way I wasn't surprised because it's like I don't stare into that. It's like you're saying, because I don't watch all that stuff. And then when I see it, it's like it's surprising, but then the human condition makes it not so surprising. But then you wonder, what you're talking about is how long you stare into it. Um, actually, I guess it would actually grab you and make you want to participate, even though you would claim, I don't like participating in this stuff.
Right.
And
Well,
somehow
it comes to levels of awareness, and in the awareness, I've done a lot of streams you're familiar with as the tits out and balls to the wall. Those are the shit show insanity type videos I do of all those shorts and everything, talking about what these people are actually going through, so you can see it through the way I see it. Hopefully, I always say I can explain it to you, but I can't comprehend it for you. But in that, I give the caveat that, you got to be aware when you're watching all these shorts and stuff and the insanity that happens, because if you sit there and start scrolling through them and you're not aware, it will embed itself. And when you're aware, you still have to limit yourself. So it's both the time and the awareness.
So if I ask you the question is like, what do you find the commonality in what we're viewing right here on this screen with these 6 people, and what you find in common with those shorts of tits out, balls to the wall, that's actually out there, and I guess in real life?
The insanity that people don't understand that there are consequences. The difference is, like I explained on the metaverse, there's a certain percentage that you have to be aware of. First of all, what you get on this metaverse is just the tip of the iceberg. So there's 10%. Of that 10%, the tip of the iceberg that's actually in 3D, you're only seeing 1D of it. Okay, so you're seeing all the little tiny faces and surfaces that are forefront, that are also partially hidden by other things that are in the foreground. So you're only getting 10% of that. Of that 10%, of the 10% that you actually get, you only comprehend about 10%. So now we're down to 0.1% of reality that you get out of this metaverse. And everybody wants to make some kind of truth out of it. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't judge another man if the foundation of the judgment isn't based on reality.
Okay, so how would you? So there's no way in what you're saying that you could actually know the proper judgment of a man, because anything that you ever see is the 10% of, like the iceberg, like what's above the water, what's below the water. There's always more below the water.
Yeah, there's always more below the surface. So when you get to know a man face to face, you find out so much more. I was on Landry's panel earlier, and one of the statements I made there was that I'm not part of this panelverse. I'm not part of the abyss. The abyss is part of me. I'm greater than this panelverse. I was here before this panelverse came around. And people have this twisted view that they're part of this panelverse. No, you have to understand that's the mirror. You're placing yourself in the mirror as part of the fiction when you do that. You are not part of the panelverse. The panelverse is part of you. You can unplug this thing and you still have you.
Absolutely, but what I'm wondering is, if you consider saying we were around before the panelverse, but if we were like, let's just say we were all working and we was at lunch break, that panelverse is us sitting at that table with those other people if we choose to interact with them or to speak our mind or to comment on what's going on. We've actually created a panelverse right there, right?
Yeah, well, it happened it happens over and over again, just like we see it in the metaverse on these panels, StreamYard, YouTube, and whatever else. I'm not familiar with all of them, but Discord, Telegram, all these different social sites, Facebook, everything. Same thing happens out in the real world, but again, it's mixed on this metaverse as well, where people are taking legal information that isn't true either. See, everybody wants to use somebody else's word. A man is not bound by somebody else's word. A man is bound by his own words, and he must be able to rightly divide that word of truth. Otherwise, he's going to sling his own ass up with the lies. I think it's pretty simple. People don't see that. They get caught up in the drama so much, and they end up with these blinders sitting in Plato's cave, thinking that's the reality. That's what they've been conditioned to, and therefore that's all there is. They don't understand their conditioning.
Is that why when you made that video of the person up there in the top left against like
Zebra.
the person in the top right, and
Yeah.
is that the whole point of that, claiming that how is this person able to, let's just claim false witness against you when he doesn't really know you? The most he could know is 10%, to be making those claims of, and then the other person just allowing it instead of going like asking for receipts like everybody does. They go, you know what I mean? It's like it's hard. That's one reason why I don't like to get caught up in it and look too long, because it causes me to ask those questions, and then next thing I'm actually not checking myself to go, how deep am I going into the abyss, right?
Yep. And you've got to do that, because you think about this abyss, it doesn't have a gravity or anything. But it has a pull, it has a wave. And if you get caught up in that wave like you would in the ocean in the current tide, you're not going to be able to come back out. You're going to be seeking for a purpose in a meaningless universe. That's something that I delve deeply into with Nietzsche and so many others. Greetings, Voy. How you doing today, brother?
How you doing, Pero and Fallen?
Good
day.
I'm well, brother.
I thought I'd join the panel since I've never been on your panel, Pero. So,
Well, I appreciate it. I'll go get my Gargamel costume.
No, but I don't want
he's going to have to have the short mustache, though. That's part of the main character play now.
I mean, you don't even have to dress up, dude. I mean, you're already dressed in black. It's, I mean, you got it down there.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the way I'm portraying this metaverse as part of the abyss, and being able to recognize it as a panelverse and see that you're not part of the panelverse, but it's part of you?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm with you on that one. Still, it's not captivating. It's more like it's entertainment, right? It's entertainment. That's what it is. And
right.
I mean, you can of course you can get lost in entertainment, like you can get lost in the soap series, which is a very good metaphor for the panelverse, right? It is just a soap series in which you can take part, in more or lesser form, to whatever degree you think is suitable. So yeah, that's So I would agree with you there.
Yeah, and that's part of what I was explaining with the levels. It's not just in the metaverse; it's in real life with the legal society. You got people getting locked up left and right, disappearing one at a time or in small groups. Here a number of years back, there was a group that they call the Colorado Nine. They placed a bunch of liens against the judges and their property and stuff. And so they, of course, played their cronyism in the courts and went after them, pulled them all into court and sentenced them, most of them to pretty much life sentences with 30 and 40-year sentences. There were 9 of them. They just locked them all up, railroaded them, locked them all up. And that's why I say, it's dangerous to be running your mouth in lines of communication that you don't understand, even if it's the metaverse. People get caught up in their feelers. And that was one of the first things that I learned back in my day when I was going to go after them. And I decided, no, that's not what, I'm not supposed to judge them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. I've always been a scriptural guy. Even though I gave up Christianity, when I was 15, I understand the underlying moral principles and ethics. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Again, that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
That is tricky. Oh, sorry about that. I was just saying that's a tricky verse, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's a really tricky. It's
Way
almost
of
a
saying it.
tightrope, right?
Yeah.
Well, they said it earlier. He's going to come back and bash us. All this shit talk us and everything else. And I, as part of this stream earlier, I told him, I said, no, this isn't about shit talking. This is a reality check, and I'm going to point some things out. That's all I'm doing. I'm pointing out literal, observable facts that you can see of the projections, intimations that they mention themselves and everything. And I do that using the AI to mock them. Personality, inventory, mockumentary productions. Imagine getting pimped.
I know that was pretty good. I like that.
Imagine getting pimped by a gray rock, something of no value, immovable, been here for a long time, and ain't got no interest in anybody, and nobody's got any interest in me.
But do you see?
So
can you
cry
see
all you
where
want.
that treat others how you'd like to be treated? It's almost like that in itself is the abyss. Because if somebody's treating you in a certain way, that's the way they want to be treated. And it draws a lot of people in to start doing that. Then I'm going to treat you the way you're treating me. Because if you didn't want to be treated that way, you wouldn't be treating me that way. And then within yourself, it's like, I don't want to treat you anyway. And it's like, there's the abyss in itself, right?
Yep. So let's take a quick break real quick and enjoy, folks.
Hold up, grab my soda, cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, like grape ape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation, with gross castrations, cute citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation, with gross castration, in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark set hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
4 boxes of plants. It's hardly a self-sustaining harvest. I don't think it's great content. You want me to have to prove everything that I'm doing and saying. That's fine. I'm not necessarily down on that. But when you ask me why I'm not, it's because I don't think there's much value there. I can lie, as you're indirectly accusing me of, and say it's all out there. It's all there. It's this, I don't do that. I'm very transparent and candid. So when I get to Southern Oregon, where I'm surrounded by trees and beauty rather than barren sandbox, I will bring the audience in more on what I'm doing.
Just be sure to let me know to pause anytime you want, guys. I'm interested in any input you've got.
Does it sound like that's whining?
Oh,
I don't know.
absolutely.
It's almost like that's when I stop right there, right? It's like
Well,
hearing
yeah,
that, and
yeah, he's whining because he can't work the land because the land is desolate. Supposedly he's got the power, he's the God of all media and he's living off the land and he's got the power to live off the land and do it rightly, steward the land properly. But he doesn't have the power to redeem the land as he walks with the God as a sojourner across that land. But him and 5, 6, 7 other people in a year and a half have managed to get 4 boxes of plants, and yet the land is desolate with at least 6 figures in there, So, yeah, there's a little bit of complaining going on. It's
right,
not
because
cushy. It's not cushy enough. He's got to go to greener pastures. Remember the old saying? Grass
Yeah, I mean, but
greener on
this
the other
is what the
side.
Penalverse is about, right? It's just hot air bubbles, or lukewarm air bubbles. That's what it is about. And if there's nothing to talk about, you got to blow a bigger bubble, make it greater, even, by intonation, like you said in the song there. And so that's what it's about. I mean, yeah.
And since we've got that, and since we've got a guest in the house, Yah Healing Comedic, come on up, brother. The link's right down there. Let me post it again if you want. Just let me know. But the link's down there. In the meantime, we're going to take another quick break because, for a guy that seems to know the scriptures so well, the Tinsdale scriptures, there are scriptures in there that talk specifically about this. Matter of fact, it's Isaiah 54. No tongue shall prosper against you, and every tongue that shall rise up against you in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Lord and the righteousness of me. So if you want to be a Christian and praise the name of God and in his son that salvaged his life as a redeemer, so that you could walk with that very same God as a stranger and sojourner on this earth to redeem both the land and your brother who be waxing and poor and sold off his belongings as one of his kin, then come on up and let's talk about it. Because otherwise, I'm not going to put up with anybody's bullshit anymore. I'm just spreading the word of truth. If you don't like what's being said, then go somewhere else. If you like what's being said and disagree with it, come up and be disagreeable all you want. But leave the hatred and discontent somewhere else. I'm tired of it. Go look in your Bible.
None of us can steward the land. We're not lazy. The land is desolate, hot, and dry. Clout, cash, collectivism.
The light, the way. All hail the God of all media.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
Be sure to hit those buttons to show your support. And there's a PayPal link below for anyone that wants to share some love. All is appreciated.
I have a question for you. I have a
Pretty
question.
nice. I can see the hand of OTW in it, the creation.
No, it's all me.
Oh, that's yours. Okay.
Yeah. That's
maybe on the same machine.
Yeah, we might have used the same kind of same generator or something. I don't know.
I think he uses what is it, Flowmania or something like that. I'm not sure. Go ahead, Fallen Angel.
Okay. When you put that pimp thing, right? When you say, now, what's the P stand for?
Personality
then the
inventory, just like the
Okay, so
Minnesota Metaphysical Personality Inventory. That's what they originally were using as the IQ test, and since then they've come up with several others, particularly one for children as well. And there are more tests on your psychology, whether you use reason and logic versus emotion and chaos.
okay, and so
one that's trying to put meaning or put purpose in their life in what they see as a meaningless universe. Again,
within
that's from
themselves,
Nietzsche.
right?
Right, from Nietzsche.
Okay, so then the mockumentary part, right? Is that the part of the panel? I'm just trying to understand in that part of the mockumentary then.
Everybody mocks you here.
Right. They almost want to like claim to get to know you and then use that as the mock or yeah, because I was trying to figure out why in that video that I was watching of yours of that stream of what you were showing was why Cynthia was then being portrayed as the toilet to Unslaved when he said, "You come on and see my toilet and where you belong." It's like, why then is that's the mockumentary part of his intellect of knowing the 10% of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just going by image, right? It's just, or well, not image, but going by how do you say this? Appearances. You know,
Right.
because
The
she's
character.
Mexican, and so she's a
Right.
clean lady. You know,
Right. The outward character.
it's a very cheesy and cheap one to make. But
Well, it's from the original sin. Remember the fig leaves? It's based on that outward appearance.
Yeah.
This is your customs and traditions and your hair and stuff. And a lot of people have misconstrued a lot of those traditions. Some as makeup in a lot of the tribes was merely for celebrations, and they would change the patterns and stuff for different celebrations. There's certain tribes that do certain things with their hair and their body as part of tradition, and so it all becomes part of outward appearance and character. But it also becomes a distinction between the different classes or different races, as they call them, different tribes. This tribe over here has one tradition, and they're kind of separate from the other tribe. But every once in a while, they intervene in a cultural intermixing of trade and warfare. Even it's part of nature, and people don't understand that's how we're conditioned primarily, and that's why they call us primates. Is because we are conditioned by our observances, which has a conscience much different than every other life.
Okay, I got a really crazy question, so bear with me. I'm going to try to word this correctly so that it doesn't like confuse. So there's an R word, right? And it's like 4 letters. So do you think in that right?
Rape. Okay, let's
Yes.
not be afraid to speak the truth. I'm
Okay,
not going to
so
be
do you
censored on this
think that
platform.
okay, sorry, Wizard. Sorry, I was just trying to be careful. Sorry about that. But so do you think in that mockumentary part of it, do you think that that word really comes into play that in that panel verse, they really end up raping people and putting them into that attitude of the abyss of they're actually in their that IQ or something, they're actually trying to rape them of that outer garment so that they can like
Well,
I don't want to say voodoo.
I don't know that it has the intercourse part there, other than some kind of interaction, but it does result in what we might call a scarlet letter, a club patch, anything that would make a distinction of a group think or a group classification, whether it be internal or external.
And it is, I mean, it is a very intense thing, the thing that we are doing now, I mean, we're speaking over oceans together like it's nothing, right? And other people can join in, and it's like it's not talking to anybody, because we are here because of the algorithm, right? Mainly, and because of friends of friends, or so. And it is quite intense, and it can be very joyful. I mean, I can enjoy, just linking up with people, just talking to people, just having a normal kind of conversation, and that's what it's all about, and you can get into all kind of stupid things, but also good things. I mean, friendships arise here too.
Yeah, and well, that's something I don't know if you heard me speak about Jack and I. Jack and I were one of the first mixes that I had with people in this panelverse. We both got into very heated discussions, and it didn't look good on either one of us. But
yeah,
it's been stated several times to him that if we get through this is one of those relationships that could develop into one of the tightest ones that you would ever know, because of being able to get over those slinging hash and shit talking sessions, and I don't want to do that,
that's
not my
one of the main
character.
reasons that I called you Gargamel back in the day, because you were always
Yeah, I
angry.
know. Yeah, I know, and that's and it's not as an excuse or anything, but it is certainly a recognition for looking into the mirror and reflecting on myself and my attitude and everything, and seeing that Yolanda was right. I was sick. And, thank God that I'm cancer free today. And I don't know whether it was the money, the machine, the diet, or some kind of other miracle, the immunotherapy. I don't know. I did so many things that could have possibly been the one thing alone. But I would like to think that I did many positive things, and I did appreciate all the help, and that somebody mistook my distinction between want and need in my explanation about I really didn't expect $5,000, because for my particular needs, I really only wanted a couple hundred so I get the damn vitamins. I ended up with 5,000. Well, I may as well get some RSO and so the frequency wave generator, and I'm sure they would appreciate knowing that I was spending it on good things. I also didn't have a transportation, so I spent it on not a car, but a fucking cheap bike and a little engine to put on it. And I get, it's just, no matter how you try, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you try, they will take things that are positive and use them against you, because that's the way they get around in this world. In order to get on the top, you have to crawl over somebody else. And I'm not sitting here playing a victim, because I never did. I was sitting on panels with cancer for a long time before anybody knew it. And it was only because I felt comfortable on that panel. I was conditioned to being comfortable around somebody I thought respected and would deal with me in a good faith way. And instead, it all got twisted around.
Especially when you just get to know, the whole thing, right? When you start clicking the links, it's very intense, and you're on the panelverse for half a day, right? And the next day too, and the day after that, it's a very intense thing, dude. I mean,
Well, to pound the impact again in for Ja Healing Comedic. No disrespect, Wizard. I just felt you're higher than what's been going down. Yeah, bless y'all. So yeah, let's
I am accounted for, my name's been read, written in the ledger where the lamb was led. Did not the body, did not the blood, pay every debt in the flood of love. So tell me now, what's left to owe? When mercy calls, I can't say no. closer to God. What is divine and what remains is only mine. So tell me now, what's mine to keep when every truth cuts dark and deep? Are we alone? No man anything. Does the blood absolve the suffering? If love's the law, then I am free. But is that law the law of me? If I am bought, I am not sold. If I am dust, I still am gold. The measure's met, the balance true. No doubt remains, save love for you. Are we to owe no man anything? Did not the Christ pay everything? The law fulfilled, the veil torn through. Now the law of me is loving you.
All right. So we're going to get into the next one, guys. But just like before, just tell me to pause.
When you want? How you want? Who's your daddy? What about your mom?
Pause.
Greetings, everyone. Keith here. Hoping everyone's having a good day. Enjoying life, living life, loving life. Be sure to hit those buttons to show your support. And there's a PayPal link below for anyone that wants to share some love. All is appreciated.
This is a personality inventory mockumentary production.
ever actually show you, prove it? How are we supposed to interpret that?
You can interpret it any way you want. You can either believe him or not. Simple as that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
I'll believe him until he's proven otherwise.
Why do I have to show that I'm doing something we all could benefit from? What is that?
Why wouldn't you want to show others how to do it if you're benefiting?
I've been clear about it. I've
you're
been living in the
loving- if you're
desert the
such a
last
loving
year and a
person-
half. We have 4 boxes of plants. It's hardly a self-sustaining harvest. I don't think it's great content. You want me to have to prove everything that I'm doing and saying, that's fine. I'm not necessarily down on that. But when you ask me why I'm not, it's because I don't think there's much value there. I can lie, as you're indirectly accusing me of, and say it's all out there. It's all there. It's this, I don't do that. I'm very transparent and candid. So when I get to Southern Oregon, where I'm surrounded by trees and beauty rather than barren sandbox, I will bring the audience in more on what I'm doing.
I learned all about the universe in heroin addiction. Except for stewarding the land.
Come on, get it moving. Get it out of here. Come on. I'm used to the bus driver. Bottom line is they can't drive the boat. They're actors.
I got 2 to 1 he doesn't make it. 2 to 1 he doesn't make it.
So this brings you value, though? Sitting on this panel brings you value?
Yeah, showing up in areas where I was spoken about and others were spoken about, where there's familiarity, and speaking the truth and making that available for others to possibly do a conversion in their spirit, because I've watched people come over and change their life and want to be a part of something bigger and better. Yes, I do get value from helping to change my and other people's lives. It's called true service, and you wouldn't know anything about it.
One life, one light, one way.
All hail the god of all media!
How do you know that?
It's evident in the way that you live and show up on panels. You only serve yourself, and not even to the highest good. You serve yourself from a distorted and deceived place where you can't even serve yourself properly, let alone anyone else.
I have an example.
If you could, you wouldn't have taken Luciferase in your rings.
In my own distorted heroin junkie self-service, it's evident I am better than you.
Can I have an example of me serving myself?
Yeah. Before you do that, let me read the super chat. It says Shadow Buddha with the 499. Right speech in Buddhism is abstaining from 4 types of harmful communication: lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, idle chatter. Panel, which is Paul. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I have a self-serving example, Paul?
Thanks for the generous.
You just did? We just did 3 or 4 different ways? I know that's
Can we
harsh
pause?
speech because the only one in there would be harsh. The truth is always divisive.
Well,
Ask any Buddhist monk who practices in their garden. They don't bring.
I have to give him that because he's absolutely correct on that. Truth is divisive, but equally balancing it, lies are destructively divisive.
I have a question also.
Anybody
like, would you consider us right now engaging in idle chatter?
No, like I said earlier, this is not shit talking. This is not idle chatter. This is me exposing people in the groupthink safe space that uses their mockery against people in a groupthink mentality, trying to build a community, and the irony of what they're doing to do so. Action speaks louder than words. Be aware of the abyss. Many of these groups will suck you into them. Legal groups in real life and any group on the panelverse.
So do you think that those people, those 6 people on that panel there, do you think that that's idle chatter? I mean, I'm going to have to look up that definition because something just hit me when I heard that word. It's like idle chatter is wondering, like, is that part of the abyss that somewhere in this panel verse that we ourselves are actually engaging in idle chatter?
In you could call it idle chatter, but that would be like a minimization, whereas mockery would be more accurate, and defamation would be maximizing.
Okay.
In there, they bring in willing initiates who are disciples and disciplined, who want to learn and grow and be better.
Deflection is when I don't give an example of self-serving and just go on to the comment.
So you can ask those people who train in martial arts, because they know they got to whoop ass sometimes, because when you walk in the truth, you get surrounded by demons who want to take your life and what you have at times.
A good fight. So
don't talk about Buddhism when you know nothing about it, because the other half of it is training in martial arts to defend oneself and their property from encroaching deceivers and deniers of the one way.
And once again, I learned about the universe in my heroin addiction, so I know Buddhism.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about Buddhism.
What's up, Markello?
So I was commenting to the chat person.
Oh, okay. But you're up here on panel. Can you stay in one place and not the other?
You're not directing this. I will express how I choose. You will not pigeonhole me, and you will not deny what I'm saying, and you will not deflect and obfuscate.
Only I am allowed to deflect and obfuscate in my ADHD and heroin delusions. And I want to thank Gabriel. He loves the drama when I run my fat mouth.
Well, I asked you a question. I asked you, can you give me an example of how I'm self-serving?
You just said that your truth is...
The fat in there would be a little excessive. That would be idle chatter.
Equal to everyone else's truth. That is a core belief that yourself and what you feel is the arbiter of what is. It's not. You should bring yourself into alignment with what is based on cause and effect.
My days as a heroin junkie brought me into alignment with truth. Now I am the arbiter of truth, and in self-service, there is no other truth.
And that is a prime example of cause and effect of the distortion of my very own mirror.
I did not say any of that you said I said. But
okay. We're in denial again. You did. Right. You didn't say exactly what I said.
I know I didn't.
I'm reverse engineering what you're doing and saying, and
that's
it's obvious.
I don't understand when you say things. People like, how do they know they're interpreting it correct? NPC
discernment.
I don't know.
Discernment according to who?
The greatest show in your mind, and we hope you're enjoying the mockery.
The mockery by somebody that says you really should know the meaning of the words that you use. As he says, he's not judging you. He's using his discernment. Keenness of intellectual perception, insight, acuteness of judgment.
I'm not even listening right now.
I know.
I think you guys like really, when you see each other, you should just leave.
I know, but I never step
or each one.
I never step on a panel he's on, and like, he always steps on one with that I'm on.
Cynthia, haven't you used the word?
I don't feel like he would have came over
You
anyway.
just proved. Wait, this is so great. You just proved what you just asked the question for. Every question contains its own answer. So you just went to say the reason I'm here is because you're here. Self-serving.
No, I didn't say that.
I love when God and the devil works in synchronicity in the now, live in the moment. You just proved it as if I'm here for you, as if I go anywhere for you. You would wish that. I'm here for the truth. I left because of you, as Gabriel pointed out. I left because you're a swine who won't shut up and receive the message.
Actually, your reverse engineering is nothing but a mere straw man, because Cynthia never said that you come around because she's there. What she said was when you're on panel, she doesn't go on panel. But if you come around and she's on panel, you will hop right up there, despite all the discord you already have with her, and merely just drive it some more. You know, in your truthfulness as a heroin junkie.
So I
Don't
stated a
cast
fact.
your pearl before swine.
There you go. I stated a fact. It's a true fact. How you interpret it, I'm not responsible for.
It's not a
I
fact.
did not tell
You made
a
your
lie.
feelings
I
the
did not
factor.
tell
You
a
made your
lie.
feelings the
Anytime I am
factor and the
honest-
How you doing, Noel?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well. I am well.
It's been forever. We ever talk to each other.
Yeah, yeah. I've been trying to switch around on my routine and my platform
That's
and the
good.
panels I hang out with, and not looking into the abyss so much.
What is that?
That's the dark void that will pull you into being a person that will mock others and bully them and get involved in little cliques and groups of people that don't like each other. And
That's good.
that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We were
No.
given a good mind and a mouth with a good line of communication, and it was for a much better purpose.
So what is this video is about?
Well, we're exposing some of the people that don't have quite a good purpose. They don't do things in that good faith.
That's true.
arbiter, and they're not.
Anytime
Your
we've been on
truth
a
doesn't
panel,
matter.
anytime
Your
we-
truth.
What?
What'd you say?
What?
Who is these two on the panel? I don't know them. I kind of.
Well, we can talk about that later, but just now
Okay.
I'll watch the video, and I think
Yes.
their names will pop up. So if you've got a pen and paper, you can write those down real quick and go look them up. But I didn't plan on having a panel, guys. I just got a raid and wanted to show appreciation for anybody that wanted might pop up. But I had planned on just doing this singularly and just make my own points.
Thanks.
It's good. It's good to have people.
Truth was given to you by the collective. Your truth isn't even your truth. It's someone else's, and you're
When we
living
are
a
on a
lie and
panel
deception.
together- when we are on a panel together, it's because Paul comes up to the panel I'm on. I never go to a panel.
The presumption is that I came here because
no,
you're
that's
here.
not the presumption.
You
That
asked
is
about
the fact.
self-serving,
That
and you're
is
doing
the
it now.
fact.
Did you notice how I strawmanned her with my own delusional presumption?
Who?
That's
Cynthia?
the fact. And you can take it any way you want it. And
Wait, is Cynthia is bad too? Cynthia's bad?
No, she's one of the ones they don't like. Paul was
Okay.
twisting her words and throwing them back as if though that's what she said when that wasn't true.
Hi, what are you
Hi. You were sitting over there trying to say it's presumption and throw it
yes, I
back.
did.
It's just a sign of your insecurity. I have the right
That's
to say
you.
what the truth is. That
I'm
is
very
a
secure in
fact.
what I'm speaking right now, which is why I'm going point to point and making sense, and you can't rebut anything I'm saying, and you're going to your feelers as the factor because you're self-serving, and your world is the world we all live in. It's not.
I'm very secure as the elephant in my trailer with my mirror of self-deflection.
Some of this is just funny.
With my mirror of self-deflection. I like that one.
Well, yeah, it's meant to be funny. A humorous distinction on the reality of what we have before our eyes. I might say a lot of things in passion, but it's not in anger. I don't hate anybody. What I hate are the things we say and do to each other. And so, like I said, your actions speak louder than words. So it doesn't matter how much you try to defend each other. That's the insanity. The simple fact that you won't man up, repent, forgive each other, and get on with it without doing it repeatedly. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insanity. So when they beg you to come over, let's talk this out. When it's been
Really?
2 years.
Really?
Yeah,
They have been doing this for how long? Who's doing?
yeah.
What
Well, yeah,
are
this is,
they doing? Who is that?
well, many of them, they all get,
Wow.
well, I can't say all, that's that maximizing. So let's be real about it. Many of them do. There are many of us that don't. I entered this YouTube stuff as a infotainment.
So why do
Yeah.
they do this on here on these panels? Like that's really crazy. That's sick.
Because they don't see the consequences. And literally there are consequences that you may not see now, but they become effective later. And this is the part about looking into this abyss. You become part of the abyss. And I'm not part of this abyss. This abyss is part of me. I have it under control. I would never, and I guess I can't say that because there was a time in my life I might have fucked it up. But for some reason, I lost my son when he was 6 months old.
Like how? Wow, like that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, he died of SIDS, but the
What is
real
that?
sudden infant death syndrome, they don't really know why. It seems
Is
like they fall asleep.
that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
But the real sad part is that I don't know if he'd have lived, if I'd have been a good dad that I profess that I think I would be today.
You would or no? You would not or you would?
I don't know. Many things
Oh.
could have happened in my life that would have changed because he was, part of my life. I don't have that opportunity anymore. But again,
That makes sense.
like Mark made a distinction earlier, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Are you okay or are you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's what I say. This is a humorous thing that I'm doing. It's yes, like I said, I get passionate, but it's a dark humor, and that's why I've got the little Lippy, the dark looking clown. I develop a bunch of different characters that are as a writer, and I use
The Jack, how is him? Have you talked to him? Are you friends with him, Jack, or?
Well, I do my best, and I do stop over once in a while now still, but I don't go over near as often. But I do stop on panel and just say something real quick and then drop back out. I don't want to get caught up in all that excitement over there again because it's the same thing. A lot of drama and stuff, and I don't want to.
I love that dog.
Yeah, that's our brother, the Fallen. He's an animal lover too.
That clown, the pictures, what?
And that's the character I created called Little Lippy. And he's basically a crying clown. He's the one that cries about everything, but not necessarily in a crying manner. What he's doing is he's pointing things out on the psychological aspect of this big circus called the shit show.
What is that? What's the show is? Is the show okay for what is it? About?
Well, here, listen to this, and it'll tell you all about it.
Okay, thank you.
It's a shit show, but it's a hit, yo. Panel full of talkers, all bark, no soul.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Dollar signs flashing when they rile the crowd. Super chats rolling, they pay for the beef. Truth takes a backseat. Clouds the belief. It's a shit show, baby, prime time gold. Fake tears fall, the light gets cut. One's playing
those dogs.
see all the talk stuff. Receipts get dropped, now the chat's on fire. A digital bonfire built from liars. But every low blow makes the money ring, so they keep on dancing in that drama swing. It's a shit show, baby, prime time gold. Numbers climb high while the malls get sold. Turn up the heat, let the chaos flow. Ain't no God truth, it's a radio. If the views keep coming and the cash still grow, I stop the circus, let the madness grow. There's a spotlight on the petty, and flames just clicks away. They don't care who they bury, as long as someone pays. It's a shit show, baby, but the lights still shine. Even fake crowns look good online. One big game where the real get played, but the scoreboard's few, so the lights stay paid. Yeah, it's messy, ugly, and kind of slow, but welcome y'all to the shit show.
That's what's it about.
Yep.
That
Everybody
and
wants money.
I really love that song.
You know what got me out of that whole song was that
What?
even crowns look good online. That was the only part of that whole thing that
Fallen, how are you? Good?
It's a shit show.
Yeah, that's everybody trying to be king. That's everybody climbing over everybody else to get to the top. It's you got to keep up with the Joneses, the classification, lower class, middle class, upper class. It's a ladder, and you haven't climbed it yet, but it's the wrong ladder.
What do you mean it's the wrong ladder? Like, what do you mean, like?
The ladder of knowledge, like the knowledge of the names of the 12 tribes of Israel that came from Jacob, who had a dream where he climbed a ladder. That ladder was the ascension to knowing his own God. And when he got there and he had this fight with this God, he was thinking that somebody was pinching his hip so hard that it was going to break him, and it was this God that he was fighting with. And he come to find out the God that he was fighting with was himself, and he was using his own pains against himself. So in the 12 tribes, his 12 sons, he gave purpose in their names. And when you take those 12 names, and find the meaning of those names, and you put them in that order, it spells out the birthright of the 12 tribes.
I have a question. How do you pronounce your name? Noe. How do you pronounce that?
That's Noel. She just dropped the L off.
Oh, Noel. So did you watch that video? Why do you think they brought that video that he just played, the shit show one with the bulls? So why do you think they brought that bigger bull into that ring?
Because it starts to do with the drama. That bigger bull.
Nope, quite the opposite. See, the big older bull is used to the drama, and he knows what it's all about. So they lead him into the ring, and what he does is he looks at that other bull, and he says, "Listen, I'm older, I'm wiser. All you got to do is stop and leave the ring." It's psychological. All you got to do is stop and leave the ring, guys. You don't have to be part of the shit show. You can become older and wiser if you're not there yet. But one day you will be older. Every day you will be older. Will you be wiser is the question. So on the way out, I do want to thank everybody and let you know I appreciate you. I will give you a word on the way out, but first we're going to end it with my last one here. A repeat one more time. Let me get her pulled up.
Hold up, grab my soda, cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes, or a gorilla in a cape. It's the good shit, just one hit. You so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation, with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation, with gross castration, in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school
What is this?
hero and junkie. I'm gonna take another hit of this good shit, and I'm already
What is this?
so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions.
I like that. Is that you in the baby? Is that you as a baby? I can't hear you.
My apologies. There I went.
Is
Forgot to.
is that you as a baby?
No, that is my son. That's
I'm gonna see.
that is-
That's your mom. Is that you?
Yep. That's when I was 28 years old.
You look so handsome.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. Wow.
Right. Well, we're gonna head out, Noel.
Okay.
Thank you for stopping up.
Very welcome. And are you gonna do the show tomorrow or?
No, I don't know when my next one will be, but I've changed my platform, so just keep an eye on it. And next time you see me live, feel free to stop in.
Okay.
All right.
I will. Goodbye.
And you folks know me. I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. Let's say I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you don't respect me. That part's on you. So may your God bless you and have a good day.